Hey, so I'm trying out this whole unscripted vlog thing again. I was gonna put this on my second channel, but I thought, fuck it. You guys haven't had content in a while. Let me just throw something up there and just see how it does. So it's just gonna be a little talky talk vid. This one is about emulation. I should probably mention that the content's gonna be sporadic for a while. It's not happening very much. That's because I'm studying really hard for an IT certification, trying to get a new job. Try, I really don't want to have to spend another $500 because I failed my exam. So I'm really working towards that. But I got everything, all the studying that I wanted to get done today. So I figured, yeah, why not? I still got some time. Let's record a video real quick. So Nintendo's been in the news a lot lately about suing people for emulation. Nintendo, what are you doing? Nintendo, like I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo's games. I love the developers that make the games. I think overall they're a pretty great company. But their anti-piracy stuff really does go overboard, and they go well and above and beyond any other company. And like they are just so against emulation. They're against fan-made projects. They've taken down projects like Pokemon Uranium and AM2R, and they took down the Super Mario 64 HD remake, which looked a whole lot better than what 3D All Stars looked like. It was bad. And it makes the company look bad when they go after these fans that are just trying to make games that they want to see, and it sucks. And you got people. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe Sega took people that made Sonic fan games and gave them jobs to work on Sonic Mania. Am I wrong about that? Someone tell me if I'm wrong about that, but I believe that's what happened. Nintendo, why aren't you doing that shit? Why aren't you just like hiring people for that? Look, emulation, I've really changed my opinion on emulation recently, probably like in the last year or two or so. And I think it's not only good, it's kind of a necessity for gamers these days, because the companies aren't preserving shit. The companies have the ROMs, and they do emulation just to make good products like this. This is the Super Nintendo Classic. Nintendo, this is great. Sell hardware that has your games on it stored digitally, like in a convenient form. This is great. The Nintendo Classic, the Super Nintendo Classic, they were incredible pieces of hardware. Like, yeah, of course people were buying them up left and right. They're good. You know why? Because people like playing your old games. So when your games are inaccessible, and what I mean by inaccessible is that yes, you could get an original, say, Super Nintendo. How are you supposed to legally play a game unless you spend upwards into the hundreds of dollars? Earthbound, for the longest time, you could not legally play until it came to the Wii U Virtual Console. And, like, why didn't it come to the Wii Virtual Console? Like, it could have. It should have. If I believe... Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Chrono Trigger is not on the Wii U Virtual Console. It was on the Wii Virtual Console, so I picked that up before the shop closed down. And guess what? Like, how much does Chrono Trigger cost? Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna look this up. Okay, it's actually not that much. You can get copies of the game for like $20-$30 on eBay. So okay. But you've got other games like a lot of the GameCube games, like I legally bought my copy of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door for over $100. Insane. Games that are like 15 plus years should not cost over $100. That, especially when there is emulation and when you can digitally distribute them. I don't know why I said distribute in such a weird way. Nintendo has really done a lot of shitty things for their fans, and it feels like because their games are so good that people don't care. Like, people give EA shit all day, and well deserved. People shit on Ubisoft all day, well deserved. But Nintendo, no, they're untouchable. They're precious. We must preserve them. No. Look, I love Nintendo games. They're great. I buy your systems, I buy your games. I give you money. Don't take down the fan projects. Don't have some proper distribution for emulation if you're going to be taking down the ROM sites. What if I want to play some old classic games that I never had the opportunity to? There's a lot of Zoomers out there that want to play retro games that are like from the Super Nintendo or the Nintendo 64, and they don't really have any other way to do so. I don't really like what they're doing with the Nintendo Switch Online and the game distribution. I get it makes sense. Like, sure, okay, have a subscription service where you feature your old games. That's cool. But you don't own the games, and they can be like taken away from the library at any time. At least with the Virtual Console, when you owned it, you owned it. And sure, you get more bang for your buck with the subscription if you are trying to play the games, and you get to play multiple games for a cheaper price and everything. I get that. But with Virtual Console, like, I own those games forever. Like, the Wii Virtual Console was great. And the Wii U Virtual Console, great. 3DS or DSi Virtual Console. I'm trying to think if 3DS had a Virtual Console. I think they did. Great. Virtual Console was great. The Super Nintendo Classic, it's great. I love it. The cords actually got a little hooked on my drawer there. The Super Nintendo Classic is fantastic. The NES Classic, it's great. We need, if you're going to shut down piracy, we need alternatives in order to preserve and purchase these games legally. And the companies really don't seem to care about that. Emulation is really the only way to preserve old games, and a lot of golden gems that are largely unnoticed, that don't get the recognition from the developers as much. Those ones are often lost, and you don't get to play them anymore. It sucks, and I don't know. I just think this whole Nintendo is like the closest thing in the video game industry that you get to like being anti-piracy as the music industry is, and the music industry is hardcore on that. They're intense. I mean, at one point Nintendo had the YouTube partner program because they would copyright claim video game footage. I mean, I get it, it's their game, but man, that was not a good look. And it was so unpopular that they did discontinue it. And there's a reason I'm not in charge of your company, for sure. However, do you think all this bad PR could be easily avoided if you didn't take down the fan projects and you didn't sue the emulation hosts for millions of dollars? I get that you're trying to make a statement, but it's not a good look. It's not healthy. I'm still gonna buy Breath of the Wild too, but a lot of your shit, the whole FreeMelee problem where people can't play Melee tournaments offline during a pandemic. It's not safe. So they tried to do like an online version where you have the ROM and you like load it up, and you don't even necessarily need like illegal downloads for the ROMs. They had like ROM software where you could like take the disc and get the files, load it up onto a computer and play online. And Nintendo sent like a cease and desist for like the Big House because they were trying to use that software online to play Melee online. It's not good. It's really bad. I love Nintendo, but I hate Nintendo. I feel like I'm gonna keep repeating myself if I say any more on this subject. I just wish that Nintendo was cooler. I wish they were more like Sega. Hey, Sega does what Nintendo don't. Am I right or am I right? Anyway, if you like this style of video, let me know. I might throw another one of these vlogs out here on the channel. I'm still studying for my certification, so videos are going to be very, very, very sparse and seemingly random. There's not a schedule right now. I'm just putting this out there because I felt like making something, and well, I was done with all my studying for today. So that's that. All right. I'm gonna catch you all later. Maybe next time I'll shoot a video about something that's a little more positive, a little more happy. We'll see. All right. Take care. Peace out. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.